Welcome to the class of 2022. Respect, service, integrity, and excellence. These are the pillars of Rock Ridge High School. Pictured here are the first students to win the RISE Awards at Rock Ridge High School. Students that exhibit respect, integrity, service, and excellence can win this award each 9 weeks. Again, it is the most important award at Rock Ridge High School. Here's a quick overview of the scheduling of the rising ninth grade and the opportunities we have for them to be at Rock Ridge. Whenever we talk about scheduling, we talk about balance and the importance of trying to balance work, school, home, all together. We don't want students to get overwhelmed, and we don't want our students to be overstressed. Now, as we go through the scheduling process, please remember that after June 1st, we'll no longer be able to make any scheduling changes. Here are the questions and comments that were taken from the survey. Here are the answers. From the survey, we learned that most of you need to understand better the changes in the graduation requirements for the class of 2022, understanding the diploma types, understanding the types of credits earned, and understanding which classes have SOL tests. It seems more than 50%, which is good, understand how to expunge a course in middle school, taking a high school course in middle school, and how to get rid of the grade, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. First, we have credits. Credits are sitting in the class for 140 hours of instruction and passing the class. A verified credit is passing the class and passing the associated SOL. If you take Algebra 1, pass the course, then pass the SOL, you have a verified credit. Too often we use words and forget that not everybody understands them. We have a lot of different vocabulary for courses. Sometimes it can get confusing. So in sciences, when we talk about, say, honors courses, we're typically talking about calling the course a research course, say research earth science or research biology. That means students essentially are doing an additional amount of work that's centered around the research. In English, we may use the word honors, so Honors English 9 or Academic English 9. We also have courses that are called dual enrollment, which means the courses taken at our high school, our students are concurrently enrolled in a college, and they get high school and college credit. Advanced Placement, or AP, is another type of course we offer. A student can take an advanced placement test. Say students take World History AP in their sophomore year. At the end of the course, there's a test in May, and that test, typically a perfect score is a 5. Colleges may accept credit or be awarding college credit if a student gets a 3, 4, or 5. So we will talk about the two types of diplomas, the Advanced Studies Diploma and the Standard Diploma. Both diplomas can lead our students to college. The big difference in the two diplomas is the Advanced Studies requires 26 credits, the Standard Diploma requires 22. Both diplomas require 4 credits of English, and English must be taken each year, and here are some examples of that. For the Advanced Diploma in Science, Social Studies, and Math, students need to take 4 credits. For the Standard Diploma, they need 3. Please check the program of studies so you can understand which science courses a student needs to take. For the Advanced Studies, it must be from 3 different disciplines. For the Standard Diploma, it's from 2 different disciplines of the 3 credits. Similarly, you need to understand the math and the social studies. So the best place to go is to check the program of studies. For world languages, There is no requirement for the standard diploma. For the advanced studies diploma, they need 3 years of a consecutive language, say French 1, French 2, or French 3, or 2 years of 2 different languages, say Spanish 1, Spanish 2, or American Sign Language 1, American Sign Language 2. For health and PE, all students need to take health PE 9 and 10. And starting with last year's or 2 years ago's group, students must also pass first aid, CPR, and AED training. They must pass this in order to graduate. All students need to take economics and personal finance. For the standard diploma, students also must pass a career and technical education credential. And in the economics and personal finance class, there is what's called the WISE test, and that will typically suffice for this certification. There are also other courses that offer certifications. Students must also have a virtual course experience. It doesn't mean you have to take a virtual course. In economics and personal finance, for example, there's a number of virtual components, and that would suffice for this requirement. For the standard diploma, students need 4 electives, and 2 of the electives must be sequential, say Art 1, Art 2, Theater 1, Theater 2, Introduction to Business and Marketing, Sports Marketing. And for the advanced studies diploma, students must have a fine or career and technical education credit. That means, say, like we said, drama, art, chorus, band, or intro to business marketing, any of the business classes. These are all the courses that have SOL tests. And if you're currently graduating, you had to pass 9 SOLs for the advanced studies diploma or 6 for the standard. But for the incoming class of 2022, there's some proposed changes that reduce that number to 5, 1 in each of the core areas and 2 in English. Again, this is pending, but basically the number of verified credits will be reduced to 5. Again, remember, no changes after June 1st in course requests or schedules. This is what a this is what a transcript looks like. Each year we send off to colleges for our seniors their transcripts. The transcripts record only the final grade in each subject area. You'll see that this student moved around a bit. Any history of schools is recorded on the diploma, as well as GPA and class rank. In order to compute GPA, students, you take the number of courses that you took divided by the grade points. So in this example, a student got an A or 4 points in earth science, a B in English 3 points, a C in history 2 points, and an F equals no points. So you take the number of grade points divided by the number of attempts of courses that you took. You'll see that's how this was computed. So, who has the higher GPA? If I take 27 credits or if I take 32, will I have a higher GPA because I took 32 credits? Actually, the student here that took 27 credits had the higher GPA. It is harder to raise your GPA with the more classes you take. That doesn't seem right, but remember, the more classes you take, the more attempts you have into your GPA, the harder it is to raise the GPA. Now, which of these students went to the better college? Both of these students went to the exact same college. So it's very important to know they both ended up at UVA, very similar majors, but again, one took 32 credits, one took 27. Don't take classes just to get ahead or think that you're going to be ahead of everyone else if you take more classes and be able to raise your GPA. Any course taken in middle school that's a high school credit course can be expunged. That needs to happen before the student enters 9th grade. This is a good example of what colleges are looking for in their students. And this is from the NACAC, or the National Association of College Admissions Counselors, admissions trends from 2006 all the way up to 2014, and it shows the top things colleges are looking for, such as strength of schedule, grades in your core or college prep classes. Those are more important than academic rank. Or some of the other things you'll see, GPA is way down there. It's very important that students take courses that are challenging for them and that they do well in those courses. Colleges are looking for, did you challenge yourself? They're not looking necessarily at class rank. And again, you'll see this is last year's survey. The colleges are looking for, are students taking classes that are challenging for them, and how are they doing? One thing that's popped up in the last couple of years is that colleges are now spending more attention on what's called demonstrated interest, or how has your student shown that they are interested in that school? Have they emailed? Have they attended the visits that the colleges make at the high school? Did they stop by the college fair and say hello to the college? And again, you'll see that class rank is further down. This is a great quote from one of the admissions directors at the Worcester Polytechnical Institute, or kind of the Virginia Tech of New England. Again, they reiterate strength of schedule is important, and balance. Find what's best for you. Not what your neighbor said, not what you think your neighbors say. Do what's best for your student. Play to your strengths. You don't need to take all honors or APs in every subject area. This was an interesting study done by UCLA that showed that our students are roughly spending half the amount of time with their friends that maybe their parents did. We need our kids to be kids. This is a great article about a book called Great Minds and How to Grow Them, and it really demonstrates that intelligence isn't a fixed thing, that intelligence changes over time, and that we can be taught certain things like curiosity, persistence, and hard work that'll change our ability to be high performers. Again, intelligence isn't a fixed thing. This speaks to the growth mindset and our need to help our students learn those things to be successful. Anybody can work towards being what's called gifted, if gifted exists. And that's what this book starts to talk about and challenge us to think. Anyone can work towards being a high-performing learner. Again, one of the things we talked about since we opened the school is balance. After that bell rings at 4:03 every day, some students' schedules get pretty crazy. Let's say you're in band. They practice from 4:30 to 6:30. If they have a competition, they might be out all on a Saturday. It's important to balance when you do your work. Know that you can't do all APs and try and be involved in a sport, or say all honors. You need to know how much time those things are going to take. Let's say you play a sport, or you're on debate, or you're in theater and your practices aren't ending till 6:30 or 7 o'clock. You're not getting home and eating and finishing all that till 7:30 or 8, and then you're working on your homework or your schoolwork or your project. So find a balance that's right for you. You don't need to take all honors courses, or you don't need to take all APs. We don't need to put any more stress on ourselves than already exists. Here are some tips for finding success, things we've learned from our students. 1, communicate. Mom and dad with student, student with teacher, mom, dad, student with teacher. We had a great example this year of a college calling us in a panic saying the student needs to fix something on their application. We called the student down. We said, you need to fix this on your application. And they said, oh, I didn't even know I applied there. Mom and dad had done the application. Student didn't even know the password to their application. Please communicate well with each other, with your student, Teachers kind of keep those lines going. Number two, give the cell phone a bedtime. Make sure each night that the cell phone is away, say by 9 or 10 o'clock. Most things that occur with social media occur after 9 o'clock. These are things that kind of keep students up sometimes and distracted. We had one student that said she received over 60 texts after 10 o'clock at night. Please, please, please find a bedtime for the cell phone. If students say they need to use the cell phone to get certain work done, have them do that work before those times. The dog ate my homework. Not a good thing. So we suggest, and our most successful students say, do homework the day you get it. Make sure that you remember when it's due. So if you have a big project or something that's due, say, on the 15th of the month, remind yourself a week before that it's due. Put it somewhere in your phone, in your calendar, that you can get these things done. Wake up and smell the routine. It's best if students kind of have an idea of what's coming up and when to do what. Say you set the homework time every night from 7 to 9. And even if the student says they don't have homework, you still say, you know what, it would be good if you read something or maybe did something in the subject you enjoy that may not necessarily be related to schoolwork. But Monday through Thursday, have that schedule of when you're going to do what. Here's basically kind of what's offered for your students. You know, every student's going to take English, a math, a science, a social studies, and health and PE. Then there are 2 electives that students can take. If you're taking a foreign language, you'll continue in that. And if you have then one other spot for an elective. Here are the courses that'll be offered, and we talked to the rising 9th graders about when we were in the classroom. We talk a lot about different colleges when we talk to our students. There are over 4,000 different colleges. Landmark College is a great college for students that have a specified learning disability or just learn differently. They do a great job working with students. Free college. There are a number of colleges that out there that are actually free. This is Deep Springs College, somewhere between Nevada and California. Students have a 1 to 5 professor to student ratio, but they may be learning Chaucer in English on the back of a horse as they herd cattle. In exchange for working on the ranch, they receive a tuition-free education. Berea College is the same way. Students work a certain number of hours a week, and that pays for their tuition. If you've ever used a touch screen, you can thank Berea College. They helped develop the first touch screens for computers and phones. Last year, we had 2 students in our dual enrollment program earn a general liberal arts diploma or certificate from Richard Bland College of William & Mary. Overall, we had the class of 2017 earn 3,360 college credits, or about $1.6 million in deferred tuition.
Hi, my name is Brandy Young, and I'm an engineer at the University of Virginia. Because of all the college credit classes I took at Rockridge, I came in with 53 credits, fulfilling almost all of my first-year requirements and all my elective requirements. The dual enrollments offered in abundance here were especially helpful as they were guaranteed in-state credit and were 2 semesters of credit rather than just the 1 semester of a typical AP. The opportunities at Rockridge no doubt helped me earn my full tuition academic scholarship for my 4 years at UVA. And because of the room in my schedule, I am pursuing a double major in computer science and math with a minor in business, a venture I would have never thought possible before.
This is Mr. Dulman speaking at the National Association of College Admissions Counselors Conference in Columbus, Ohio, and we're working here with Bard College. Bard College is the #1 institution in the nation in regards to success in early college, high schools, or dual enrollment. Mr. Dulman was speaking about our dual enrollment program, and we have a number of unique parts to our dual enrollment program. We have a number of guest speakers that Skype in or appear in person. Here we see Rebecca Cox talking to our dual enrollment theater course. She is an actor, writer, director, and producer. She Skyped in from London. Here we have Jay Matthews speaking in Mr. Legg's dual enrollment English course about what it takes to be a reporter for the Washington Post. And the students really challenged him on how do you keep up with writing articles on deadlines. We also have Dr. William Decker from the Center for Innovation and Commercialization from the University of California at San Diego speaking to our physics students on how do you take something no one has ever seen before and bring it to full production and use. Last year, Dr. Deidre Trent, the Secretary of Education for Virginia, visited and gave each of our students in the dual enrollment theater course their NOCTI certifications in performing arts. All the students in our dual enrollment theater course passed the NOCTI exam. This guarantees them an additional 3 credits in the performing arts, separate from the credits they already earned with the dual enrollment course. Delegate Bell and Dr. Trent passed out the certificates to our dual enrollment theater course. Again, what makes our school incredible are your students. Here are students, December 16th, this past year, working with those in need. We have Rock Serves feeding the homeless in Washington, D.C., and our Mobile Hope Club in Leesburg helping distribute holiday gifts to those in need at the Douglas Community Center. We have folks in debate winning a number of different awards here in this picture, and of course band does amazing things. We always tell students to get involved in whatever works for them. And a lot of students that might be cross country, they may have never even run before, but they join the cross country team and they work towards their personal best. Not everybody can be #1, but everybody can work to their personal best. Here's a great picture of Nicole Fye, who is currently at The Ohio State University. She won the state championship last year in swimming. A number of parents had a lot of questions about the upcoming split with Independence High School being built. The best information can be found at the Pupil Services and Planning Office on what will occur with the split, who will be able to stay at each school, grandfathering in of students. Those type issues are addressed on the website. And of course, we've come a long way in 4 years, and that's a tribute to our community and to our students. And we thank you for the opportunity to serve your students. Thank you.